Hi, my name is Dee Harris, and I've highlighted a few sentences from a book I've recently read called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, a book written by Robin Sharma. One of the sentences is start to see your mind for what it is, nature's greatest gift. There is only one thing we have absolute dominion over, our minds. We most certainly can control our attitude. We all have the power to determine what we will think about in any given moment. This ability is part of what makes us human. You see, we do have choices. We do have our minds and our thoughts, who we are, all come from feelings that we get from interactions and exposures to different experiences throughout our days, throughout our lives. And it's up to us to keep those thoughts that will serve us best. And serving us best is to not be stressed out, to be in the moment, to be grateful, and to be positive. This ability is part of what makes us human. What really separates people who are habitually upbeat and optimistic from those who are consistently miserable is how the circumstances of life are interpreted and processed. In other words, if you choose to be positive and upbeat, you're going to have a positive and upbeat life. But if you choose to sit on the pity pot, that's what you're going to attract, more shit. So try to turn each experience, each feeling, each thought into a positive and use it for growth and betterment. Your I can is much more important than your IQ. That's a good one. Every setback offers an equivalent benefit if they took the time to search for it. Really, do we have setbacks? That's a mindset again. It's a lesson. It might not have gone the way you wanted it to go. You expected it to go. If you could live with a mindset of no expectations, you will not have any disappointments. If you're able to go with the flow and choose to not react and to move forward in a positive way, knowing that you're going to learn and you're teachable, that's the way that you're going to thrive. No matter what happens in your life, you alone have the capacity to choose your response to it. When you form the habit of searching for the positive in every circumstance, your life will move into its highest dimensions. This is one of the greatest of all the natural laws. The Chinese character for crisis is composed of two sub-characters, one that spells danger and another that spells opportunity. Even the ancient Chinese knew that there is a bright side to the darkest circumstance, if you have the courage to look at it. There are no mistakes in life, only lessons. There is no such thing as a negative experience, only opportunities to grow, learn, and advance along the road of self-mastery. From struggle comes strength. Even pain can be a wonderful teacher. There's so much going on in the world today in our COVID-19 lockdown. And now we're starting to have riots, people being killed, people reacting, not thinking it forward, not taking a moment to pause and breathe and going, okay, really, what's the message here that we're supposed to learn? If they were to stop and think, they wouldn't be out there smashing windows, breaking into businesses, and looting them. That's not the lesson we're supposed to learn. But we can stand up for our rights and say, wait a minute, something doesn't seem right here. We can go out and protest if that's what we feel in our guts, that something's not right, and in masses, in a nonviolent way, let our government, let our community know, wait, we got to stop this. But we don't go out killing people, starting riots. We don't go looting. That's not our property. We still have to be respectful. See, there's where we've got into so much trouble in our society today, is that we have no respect any longer. And thus our children have no respect any longer. And the vicious cycle just continues to turn in that direction. Take a moment to pause and to breathe. Even pain can be a wonderful teacher. We can band together in a nonviolent way and speak our truth. To transcend pain, you must first experience it. Or to put it another way, how can you really know the joy of being on the summit of the mountain unless you have first visited the lowest valley? What that brings to my heart is the pain that I experienced of being an alcoholic, an active alcoholic, no longer having any choice or freedom, no joy. I was a slave to my addiction. But by the grace of my higher power, of my own understanding, I was able to transcend to the other side by surrendering, by accepting, by learning what my disease entails. Thus, I was able to learn what makes me tick, what makes Dee tick, and to shed and free myself of those traits, those defects of character that don't serve me, that made me react, that made me negative. I try to keep those thoughts, those defects at bay now. And when they do creep up, because I am a human being, I run to my toolbox that I have received in the 12 steps of AA. And there are many, many toolboxes out there that are available to you. There are many support groups that are out there that can support you. And if you don't find one that you like right off the bat, continue to search, because there are thousands of them out there. You'll find one that you like, just like you found your favorite restaurant. Just keep trying. Your I can is way more important than your IQ. But for me, to have visited that lowest valley in the depths of my addiction, I now can experience the joy of being on the summit of this mountain of sobriety. So I get it. The other day I was sick, and when I woke up the next day, I felt back to normal. I felt good. Had I not been sick for that entire day prior, I wouldn't realize, oh my God, it's so good to not be sick today. So you get what I mean? We've got to experience it all. And life contains struggle and suffering. Life is not suffering. It contains it. It's up to us to look at it in a positive, growing way and to rise above it. And then, more importantly, to share how you did that with others who are now in their struggles. So every event offers lessons. These lessons fuel your inner growth, your outer growth. Without them, you would be stuck on a plateau. If you don't grow every day, you get complacent, you're in your comfort zone, and that's it. And if you're okay with that's it, awesome. I'm with you. But I choose just to be the best that I can be at this moment, but to keep getting better. That's what I choose. So I have to get out of my comfort zone. I have to go into that place that causes me fear and angst. And then I go, wow, that wasn't so bad. I'm proud of myself for not giving up and doing the best I could. It wasn't perfect, but I got through that. And sometimes I have to ask people, can you help me get through this? And they do. And then I can move forward. And again, share my journey with those that are going through that same set of circumstances. Remember that the laws of nature always ensure that when one door closes, another opens. Once you consistently apply this principle to your daily life and start to condition your mind to translate every event into a positive, empowering one, you will banish worry forever. You will stop being a prisoner of your past. Instead, you will become the architect of your future. One of the things that I have learned in recovery is to move forward past my past, to not shut the door on it going into that valley, but to use it to help me to move forward. And also I've learned that in the spiritual program that we practice is to try to stay centered and in the moment. Because if I could do that and admire and cherish and embrace everything that is in front of my nose right now, I could be grateful and I could be humble. And being guilty and shameful for what I've done in the past that I'm not proud of only makes me shit on this very wonderful, grateful, miraculous moment. Again, I'll use it in a positive way, but I can't wallow in it. If I go into the future, again, I'm shitting on the moment because I don't know if there's a future. Only my higher power knows what the future entails. So I've got to stay in the moment and be the best that I can at this moment. So I don't want to be a prisoner of my past, but I do want to become the architect of my future. In other words, moving forward in a positive direction, growing, learning, transitioning. We have no choice. We are in transition at every moment of every day. But hopefully we're transitioning in a positive way, learning, becoming better selves. So begin to live out of the glory of your imagination, not your memory, not those worries, not those regrets, but hopes and dreams. That's where you want to move forward towards your goals. Liberate the potential of your mind, body, and soul. You must first expand your imagination. You see, things are always created twice. First in the workshop of the mind, and then, and only then, in reality. This process is called blueprinting because anything that you create in your outer world began as a simple blueprint in your inner world, on the lush picture screen of your mind. Cherish your mind like you cherish a garden. Fertilize it, water it, nurture it. Is what makes us unique. And this is what determines how we're going to live our lives, what we're going to attract into our lives, and hopefully you attract only goodness and positivity. You will begin to unlock the true potential of your mind to create the kind of magical life that you deserve. You deserve. You deserve. You are worthy, no matter what society told you in the decades that you've grown up in this society, how they brainwashed you into thinking you're not good enough. You are good enough. You have gifts. You have assets. You are special and unique and have gifts that nobody else on this planet has. Remember that. Close the volume. Turn the volume down on that negative self-talk, that imposter syndrome that society has made so strong, has strengthened, adhered into our psyches, into our beings, into our souls. Dare to dream that you are more than just the sum of your current circumstances. Expect the best, and you will be astonished at the results. Have a marvelous day. Be positive. Be optimistic. Remember that you are worthy. You are unique. You have gifts. You rock. Thank you again for being here. My name is Dee Harris.